This is how every morning begins. 6 a.m., morning coffee, morning hair. We don't have a lot of direct sunlight here in the morning, but this is what we got in the first few morning hours. I used to wake up in the morning and jump straight on my phone, scrolling. And I got to a point where I realized that you can sort of make your life work with you through your daily actions or work against you. Because of that, your life is sort of like a representation of those small daily changes that you do, or small daily actions that you do, habits and routines, whether it's good or bad. And I used to rely on discipline every single day. And because of that, I was having an environment in my life where I needed discipline to sort of get everything done. And it was like I was fighting an uphill battle every single day just to look and feel the way I wanted. But this was until I changed 4 things in my day. So if you found yourself fighting or feeling like you're fighting an uphill battle every single day, then you might as well benefit, just like I did, by removing these 4 bad habits every single day. And while we're out here and I'm finishing my coffee, I'm in this beautiful surroundings here. Let me start with point number 1. The first negative action I stopped that completely, I'd say, changed my life was to never snooze in. Every time that my alarm wake started in the morning, instantly I would just get up. There wasn't even that sort of short moment where I would consider snoozing. It's just become second nature. The alarm, boom, straight up. You want to wake up the same time every single day of the week, even in the weekends. That's what your body knows from a circadian rhythm perspective. And it's going to set you up for a more consistent bedtime as well. And this has turned the morning into being my favorite part of day. Standing here, witnessing the sun come up in the early hours, getting started early with productivity, whether it's, work or activity. And it just makes every morning from 6 a.m. until 12 my absolute favorite part of the day. Good morning. So you sleep well? You sleep well? So now, conveniently, as I'm getting ready for my morning session, I want to tell you about the second negative habit I did that just wrecked my day and the positive change that I made. The first thing was, like I said before, when I wake up early, I never pick up my phone. It fries my brain. And then literally on days where I fall into the trap, I instantly feel that I just feel emotionally deflated after just 10 minutes of watching whatever. Nothing that benefits my life. So what I started doing instead that made me feel like I went from 0 to 100. I'm still raving about this. Because I'm busy with work, it's sometimes hard for me to fit in the training sessions that I need in the daytime. So I started just going to the gym we have here. We have a little boutique gym, and which is under construction, by the way. So if you see a lot of mess, that's why. But going here at 6:30 in the morning, and this is actually before I eat breakfast, a protein shake and a banana in the morning, and then I go. And I just do my strength work. And it's given me the control back in my life, whereas before I felt like I was sort of a victim to whatever would happen throughout my workday, whether I could fit my training in. And what I didn't sort of realized in the moment as you're like, you know, you're caught up running a business and all the emotions there and pressure there is to that, is that when I downregulated my training in order to be able to work more, I downregulated who I am. And I found out quickly that, yeah, that was quite depressing. And I couldn't be the best version of myself when I didn't take care of myself. So getting in here first thing in the morning, no phone, no BS, just get up, morning coffee, get in the gym and do what I love, right? Just strength training in the morning. When I leave that gym, like at 8 a.m., like I feel on top of the world, right? For a few different reasons. One of the reasons is I feel so in control. You know, I took control back on my life starting in the morning, and I quickly realized that when I take care of myself in the morning, I win the day, right? So there's this saying like, win the morning, win the day, win the day, win the week, win the week, win the month, win the year. And if you win the year, you win your life, right? And it literally begins or ends in the morning. And for me personally, and I think for many people out there, when you pick up that phone after you wake up, you lose the morning, simply just because of the effects that all this overstimulation has to our brains right when we wake up. And you need that energy to apply to your life, not waste it on watching stuff like this. So get up in the morning, get some activity in, whether it's a gym, whether it's going for a run, a walk. It doesn't matter, as long as it's something that fits your goals. Honestly, get it done. It will make you feel absolutely amazing. Before I do all my trainings, I always write everything up just so that I know exactly.
Never talk too much, I keep on giving. Gotta move racks to keep on living.
This is what I love about doing tempo work, is that you are forced to slow down what you're doing and rely less on any bounce or muscle elasticity, and simply just full control. Lower risk of injury, lower weight, right? That's a massive added bonus to this.
Yeah, it could be worse.
It's nothing like the feeling of a good chest pump. Yeah, boy, let's go.
Some Titanic ship just waiting to sink. I'm always down for the cause, just waiting to link. Life is precious, gone in a blink. It's gone in a blink.
And that's gonna be a wrap for me today, at least in my first session. Now, I'm gonna lock my training, because always track your training, never train randomly. Lock your numbers, your sets, and your weight, so you can always apply progressive overload. The best part of the day is done now. It can only go downhill from here. No, that's not true. I'm gonna go home and get some food, because you guys know, protein and carbohydrates. Let's get it in, let's increase our rate of recovery. And by doing that, our results. Oh yeah. There we have it. Negative habit number 3 was to never respect the breakfast or to rush the breakfast. I understand we live in lives that are going fast and we have many commitments. And it takes definitely some restructuring for a lot of people to be able to create a respectable breakfast that has, you know, micronutrients and macronutrients, etc., that the body needs in order to fuel performance and just like everyday life, you know? In this case right here, I got some pasture-raised eggs, 5 eggs, right? You need a full serving of protein. We have a shit ton of healthy fats here. We have some Japanese kimchi right here. Japanese kimchi, if you know, you know. typically Korean. We got some sourdough and some grass-fed butter. So all in all, this is gonna set me off on an amazing day. And I wanna put this a little bit into perspective because I didn't always, do this. Like I said, these are 4 points that I optimized in my life that changed my life. Sometimes I would wake up too late. And because of that, I was rushing into the breakfast. I was just so tired, I had to go to work. And I would just have like some oats. I still eat oats though as a carbohydrate source, but like I would just have oats and some milk. But after I changed to prioritizing the time that I cook my food and I sit down and I eat it, and it brings this wholesome experience to me, just from a lifestyle perspective, but also the fact that I make sure that all my body's needs are taken care of from the first meal in the day to recover me from my training, to set me up for, a high-performing day, etc. This is sort of like a statement, me holding myself to a higher standard and paying it back to my body when I'm already now asking so much from my body. Let's enjoy this. That didn't take long, but it sure was good. Now, during that little breakfast thing, I bet that at one stage you thought to yourself, oh, this is easy for this guy, he has no job. In fact, I do. So before we get to the last point of how I completely changed my life by undoing 4 habits, I'm gonna sit right here and work probably for the next 10 hours. So when that's done, I'm gonna check in with you and I'm gonna do show you the last point. This one is probably one of the most important ones. So hang in there.
Oh my God. It's now 5 p.m. When you get to sit down on the couch for the first time after a long work day. Whew. Well needed. And this now gives me the opportunity to go over the bad habit number 4, or the 4th bad habit, that once I stopped this, it elevated everything. And it's this thing right here. The reason why I'm sitting in this couch is because that TV that is in front of me is one thing that can really limit how you're going to feel the next day. Because how often have you sat and wanting to watch a series, your favorite series, and you look at the clock and it's like 9:30, or you should be going to bed. It's like one more episode. And before you know it, it's 11 p.m. And now you're only gonna get 6 hours of sleep, or 5 hours of sleep, or 4 hours of sleep. Like, honestly, with nutrition, we say you can lose the battle when you do the grocery shopping, or the lack thereof. You win it by doing the grocery shopping, or you lose it by not doing it. The same thing we can say with just like lifestyle optimization and how you feel on the daily, because that's always based on, are you recovered? Have you slept enough? If you haven't slept enough, everything in life is just terrible, like everything. So this thing right here was what I stopped in conjunction with getting up at 6 a.m. Because 6 a.m. was an anchor time for me to get up every day of the week, even in weekends. No matter when my first appointment is in the morning or whatever it might be. Wake up at 6, and then I know I need to sleep at 10 p.m. to get my 8 hours. Now, because this is now so concrete for me, then I know that I need to create a wind down routine. I need to create a wind down routine from 9 p.m., right? I need to limit the exposure to blue lights. I need to make sure that if I am watching something on the TV, it needs to be finished around 9 p.m. so that I can walk upstairs, dim the lights, make sure my aircon is turned on, 20 to 22 degrees, brush my teeth, and get ready for bed. Really, what we want to achieve with this wind down routine is that your cortisol is throughout the day, spikes, and it comes down and it spikes and it comes down, like cortisol, natural and healthy levels of cortisol. And then as you come to nighttime, the cortisol really needs to decrease in order for your body to produce melatonin. Melatonin is like a sleep hormone for the body. When you produce melatonin, you get like tired eyes and you can fall asleep. But when we watch something, or even worse, when we scroll and we see like crazy stuff on social media, that cortisol is not coming down. So it's not just the blue light, it's also the stimulation. So the combination of those two to cut off your TV or whatever it is 1 hour before you have to sleep will ensure that you will get to bed, you will you will, get under your blanket, under your duvet, close your eyes, and you're actually going to fall asleep. And you're not going to lie there and twist and turn and never fall asleep. And that battle begins right here, right? Because we already did the most successful thing in the morning when we talk about resetting our circadian rhythm for the nighttime. That is to get up early and get out in sunlight. So we reset the cortisol, the melatonin production, and now that we follow these steps at night as well, we're primed, we're ready to sleep right away. And this way, if you can incorporate this, the healthy food, the breakfast, getting up at early, whatever early is for you, don't go on your phone, and cut this TV or a phone usage an hour before bedtime, I guarantee you, it will absolutely change your life. I know that because we know how important sleep is for the human body and brain, how productive you are, how clear you're thinking. It will affect all the decisions you make throughout the day to be more positive, and you will become a more successful human being, not just healthier. When I work with people, I always see when someone gets to the point where they stop making excuses about their sleep and they start clocking in and getting at least like 7 hours consistently every night, their fat loss is easier. Muscle building becomes easier. Just general productivity throughout the day becomes easier. They hit what I call the flow state and they just do more and they're more successful with it. And because of that, they're happier. So I see it across the spectrum working with people. So that's it. 4, in my opinion, terrible habits turned into 4 amazing habits. And we never want to strive to perfection with this. Of course, we're not going to be able to follow these every single day, but as long as we wake up in the morning and we have the intention to do our best, to follow this structure, this routine, it will absolutely be the best change that anyone can ever make in their life. And this is so universal, right? It works with everyone, right? Doesn't matter where you're from, your religion, the type of foods that you eat. We're just giving the body what it needs in order to function at its best. I hope this video was useful, that you got at least just one thing from this. If you did, let me know in the comments, drop me a subscribe or just a like, I appreciate it. Follow me if you like this style of content. I'm trying to switch things up a little bit as a nice blend between giving value and a little bit of lifestyle stuff, because I absolutely live, the things that I talk about, and I think that's a nice sort of angle to everything to show as well, that it's not just me putting up a camera and then just chatting shit, I want to show that I actually do this myself. But thank you for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.